Hello everyone, welcome to Beauty in the Garden. I'm T. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a garden tour today. So the pretty cool thing is I was able to find some pretty good items yesterday on sale. But first things first is I have this blueberry plant right here. Now it is doing really well now. Now I did have to go ahead and spray this with fungicide. When I first started off, all my leaves were falling off and the plant was absolutely sick. But now it is doing really good. I do have a couple of clusters of blueberries here or there, and I'm really happy with that. Down over here, I actually have my knockout rose and my purple queens and purple hearts is in this container here. And as well, I did pop in right here in this corner is a hosta. Down over here is a hosta as well. And then I went ahead and put in here is a crook neck squash is in this container here. Now these pots did come from the Dollar Tree. Now over here I have another blueberry plant here which is doing okay, and I got this one back up and going as well. It did have the same issue as the other one. Then here is the one that I purchased the other day on sale, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in this pot right here. That is the plan, to up pot it into this container. Now as I go over here, I did the same exact thing when it comes down to mirroring on each corner of the patio. I do have the same thing, a crook neck squash. In here is a hosta that really took over this pot. My purple heart and my purple queens are still in this pot, so I'm gonna go ahead and slide this over, but I had a weed. So I do have right there is some purple heart and some purple queens and a hosta as well. Now I want to show you guys over here, I do have some raspberries in a container. So here is my raspberries. I have it in a TP form that is in a container, which you see down here. It is putting on a great deal of raspberries. Now this is raspberries that are growing on this last year's cane, so they're doing really good this year, and I have a great amount of them on this plant. And as well, right here is the golden raspberries. Now this one came from, these raspberries right here came from Tractor Supply, and it has a great deal of fruit on it as well. And I will be doing the same exact thing. I will be up potting it into a bigger pot like this one, because it will be putting out new canes for next season. So as we go ahead and stroll along here, my boxwood has really taken on a great deal of growth. Now this right here is a hardwood boxwood, and it is doing really well. I do have a ton of honeybees. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that real fast. So my boxwood is loaded actually with honeybees, and it does this every year. So as I go ahead and show you guys down here how things have really gotten a lot bigger. So right here, this right here is a salvia. I gotta figure out for sure what is the exact name of this salvia, because this is not an actual true salvia. If you see, this is more of a purple tinge. Now I do have the dark blue salvias that are supposed to be true salvias is on the gazebo. And then down here I planted the peas, and what you see, they have grown a great deal from the last time that I did a garden tour. And down here is some verbenas right here. That's a verbena, that's a white verbena, my Coleus, and I went ahead and moved the bleeding heart, and it's right here now. I did pop in here. This is a Poblano pepper right here. Another okra. I'm gonna put a couple more okras in here. But down here is my onions, and as well my tomato. This is the Better Bush tomato, which is doing really good. It's starting to actually put on some blooms here. The parsley has put on some height as well. And down here, I did pop in here. This is a hot red cherry pepper that is right here, down here. And my chard. This is my chard, you guys, which has put on a great deal of height. I have tried to harvest a great deal of it, but you guys, this is my chard. So one leaf, it kind of just fills me up. Let me show you guys. Let's just harvest one leaf. So let's give you an idea. This is my chard. So I will have to go ahead and put this in an omelet in the morning, but this is my chard. One of the leaves here, and I'm gonna sit right here. So one of them had went to seed. I went ahead and just let it do its thing, and I will go ahead and harvest the seeds like I always do. Down here is a bleeding heart and another Better Bush tomato. My mint here. Let's see, let's stroll along here. So we have my lettuce here. All of this is lettuce. The pineapples that I started in the other video. My lavender that I purchased the other day. Right here is my 2-year-old peppers. One is a banana and one is a green pepper. So let's go ahead in the garden. So I have my onions. They're actually starting to do absolutely great. They're starting to really show some forms of bubbling up, and they are standing really strong, and they're really green. They're really healthy, so that's a great thing. So I can't wait to have a great harvest of onions. And then over here, I went ahead and separated. Like I said, I was gonna pop my carrots and dig them up and pop them in place, and that's what I did. So down here is the carrots, which you now can see them. They all are in place, and I'm hoping that they'll do really good. I'm gonna go ahead and plant up a little bit more. I think they're called Parisian carrots. They're little round golf ball like carrots that I'm gonna go ahead and pop in this bed as well. And then as well, my kale and my petunias are doing really good. Now, I am gonna go ahead and clean out this container here and top them off with some more compost and manure with those beds. And as well, all these beautiful plants are doing really well. I'm so glad to have that color back in the garden. Down here I planted on this side here is some Swiss chard, and here are the beets that have taken on a great deal of height. And over here is all of these seeds, you guys. I don't think you guys see. Look at all of these seeds. These are all seed pods of the Savoy cabbage, and I just say, wow, look how many seeds pods are on here. I had a lot of questions about that, and you know, now that I'm filming, doing YouTube, I never paid it on mind. It was just like, oh, okay, I'm harvesting the seeds, and I never really paid in mind like how much seeds are actually on them, because I was so used to just doing my thing and doing what I normally do in the garden. But now that I'm filming, I get to look at it a little bit differently. I'm like, wow, this is a ton of seeds, you guys. So if you do have a couple plants that go to seed, and if you have some extra pots, dig it up and place it somewhere else if you want to utilize your garden beds. But let's go ahead and stroll along a little bit more. Let's talk about what I plan on doing with the rest of the garden. So with the kale, I'm actually going to go ahead and remove my kale from out of this container. And I know it's going to be a very tedious task, but I am going to dig up these kale and put them into some 3-gallon or 5-gallon pots and pop them into the greenhouse, because I have shade cloth over there, and that's where I'm going to go ahead and place them, and as well as my lettuce. So I will be going ahead and putting in some more things in the garden, as the time progresses on. Now it is starting to get a little bit warm, so I'm about to head in and handle some other business. But I hope you guys enjoy this quick video. Please don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you can be notified when I do upload a video. And like I always tell you guys, remember, there's beauty in everyone's garden. And bye-bye for now.